Hey, everybody, hope you're having a good weekend so far. Remember from our Bible studies that Noah really took a lot of flack. He was mocked and laughed at for preparing. He was told by God to follow certain instructions to prepare to build an ark because the Lord was going to send a flood to destroy the earth. And so he followed those instructions. And can you imagine the faith that it took for him to do that? He probably had even family members and the people in the community just laugh at him daily and mock him. Yet he continued. He continued to prepare because he knew what was coming. Think about him as you prepare. Uh, I've had several people ask me here recently to do a video about this subject, is how to handle the non-preppers, those close to you even, or those around you, or maybe they don't know you, to laugh at you or to make fun of you and to question why you prep. And this is going to happen. Uh, and so I would ask you to think about Noah and also just know that it is going to happen. It happens often. I've stopped trying to convince people. If they ask me a question specifically about prepping, about what I do, when they seem interested in it, I'll take the time and really talk to them about it. But if their goal, if all they're doing is mocking or just throwing fun at it or whatever, I've stopped. I don't respond. I don't lash back, of course. I just move on. Okay. So people are going to do this. I know even in my own family, Mrs. Dog was, I've been doing this for years, but Mrs. Dog just would chuckle, every now and then and just accept. And I would, when I bring extra stuff home, every grocery trip, I bring something. I still do this. I bring several items home extra that we can put in our prepper pantry. And she would humor me and just, okay, is this going in? I guess this is going in the prepper pantry. Okay, whatever. And so, but she wouldn't talk about it much. And so she just chuckled a little bit, I believe, under her breath until a year and a half ago or so, when we had the panic buying, when the shutdown started and people started making runs to the store. And for days you saw no toilet paper. You saw whole shelves just empty of no canned food. I mean, no canned meat, even the canned vegetables gone. There were limits on items. Things changed. The grocery stores changed their hours. They started cutting back their hours. They couldn't keep the shelves stocked. That, I think, was a big deal. And Mrs. Dog came around a lot more then and was like, "I'm glad you've been doing this. What can I do? Let's do this together." And she started helping, and that's been a big turning point. So if people can't see now, after the last even 2 years, if they can't see now the importance of it, at least on some level, to do some preparing, then I can't help you. Either if they don't believe in it and they make fun of you, either they really do realize what's coming and they're just putting their head in the sand and don't want to hear it, or they just really are oblivious. And there are a lot of those people. They really don't see it. I don't know if they just aren't keeping up with current events or they just don't care. I don't get it personally. I don't get that mentality, but we do see it. I see it on the channel, in the comments sometimes on my videos and other videos. But on my videos, I've seen it. Every one I do, I see at least one, maybe two, that say, you're wasting your time. This is ridiculous. My grandparents did this. They never used their preps, whatever. Okay, but what's the worst thing that can happen? You're prepared, and it doesn't. The worst thing that can happen is it doesn't happen. SHTF doesn't happen, and you do have things that the food you can eat. You rotate it and eat it. Only prep items that you like, you're going to eat, right? So I don't see the downside in it personally. Of course, don't wreck your budget just to do things. Don't buy preps or do things that will take food off the table. Of course, be reasonable about it. So that's what I think. But if they can't see now, after all we've seen, even the news today, I mean, you got economic catastrophe, you got wars, rumors of wars. You've got the cyber attacks that continue to happen. You got rolling blackouts, random power outages, crime through the roof right now. Like I've said before, the line between relative law and order and out of control dang chaos, I think is very thin, and I think it's disappearing. And like I mentioned, the panic buying, that was a big, if you didn't see the need for prepping then and understand that, I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking. But I believe that the people that don't prepare, and especially the ones that are going to make fun of you, are the really dangerous ones if SHTF does happen. Okay, you really need to watch those folks because they have not prepared and they're going to come to your doorstep or some other prepper. And you really need to watch them. I would take this opportunity now to really observe the behavior of people around you. I do that all the time anyway. But whether it's just people around you, work, in general, school, neighbors, if it's based on their behavior now when you still have somewhat normal relative law and order situation going on, if they seem untrustworthy, if they are dishonest, really selfish, they thrive on conflict and drama. You don't want that person. You don't want that person in your circle, especially when the SHTF happens, or even just maybe not a total SHTF, maybe just a week long or several days without power. Something happens. I've observed behavior, especially here recently, of some folks that if something goes down, I'm watching them very closely. Okay, and I'm going to take a defensive posture if that person's comes around, if something goes down, if we have an SHTF and they're anywhere near me or my family, I'm taking a defensive posture, and I didn't necessarily think that of that person even a year ago. Okay, but just based on what I've seen recently, boy, they're on my radar big time. Okay, so be careful of who you would want in your circle. Anyway, only long-term trusted friends, even people that you've known for a long time, or that you can trust, or that you're pretty reasonable, you can trust. You want them. You only want them to in your MAG, so to speak, your mutual assistance group, or if something happens or goes down and they want some help and they seem like they want to, they're not just going to take, but they're going to give and receive and be reciprocal. Absolutely, that person is definitely somebody you want to work with or have in your circle, or you be in their circle and help each other, right? So I believe the people that don't prepare, that especially that make fun of you, like I said before, they will be the marauders. They will be the really dangerous people, okay? Because they will be desperate. So that's something to think about. But can remember Noah, he took a lot of heat, I'm sure. Can you imagine what he heard? Can you just imagine right up till the flood started? I mean, so anyway, I hope this was helpful. I know some people have asked me to talk about this, but I just say keep on doing what you're doing. Don't be sidetracked. Don't be distracted. Let these people chatter. They will move on. Just ignore it. And it might be a family member. I've run into that. It might be a close friend or somebody that you've known for a while. Still keep doing what you're doing. Don't let it throw you off. You just keep on doing it. You don't have to talk about it. Don't talk about it. Just keep doing it. That's my advice. Share your thoughts, what you run into. You probably run into this too as well. And if you don't prepare and you're watching this and you have questions, throw it out there. I'll talk about it, and all the people that comment on the videos are super helpful. If you have a genuine question, please do go through, be honest. So anyway, if you're just out there, being an a-hole, I'll just delete you from the channel. Anyway, so yes, please share your thoughts. Hope you have a good rest of the day. God bless you. See you soon.